I really like the. Have you seen the memes of? Have you seen the Rogan where he's talking about like elbowing? He's like, I could do a lot of damage like this, but like you come in like this, fucking go, and dude, I love the memes that are like at my 8-year-old nephew's birthday party, the dad's in the corner. Yeah, you can do a lot of damage, like but you fucking come down like that. I love that.
That's what I was talking about before, dude. Like, if one person halfway knows what they're talking about and everyone else doesn't, they just become an expert.
Yeah. I guess that is what that is. It's like, you're the guy in that group.
Everyone's like, oh, I only ever like seen that once or twice or heard of it, and some guy who's seen it like 5 times now is like, oh, brother, let me tell you.
Let me tell you about that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how to fucking throw an elbow. Here's how you throw a punch.
You know me when I'm in work mode, like few things can kind of derail me. That I fully like stopped what I was doing, just watched like, well, you gotta like
280 pounds. Just a big, uncoordinated
fucking golden retriever. Yeah, real light on your feet. Oh, speaking of the weed store, you know what I saw?
What?
I saw a cool license plate.
What'd you see?
For a cool guy.
For a weed smoker?
What do you think?
I bet it's Blaze with 3 Z's.
Think basic. Basic.
420.
That's the second part. What's the first part? Symmetrical.
I don't know.
THC
420. Where'd you see that?
Around here.
Why would you have that?
What a fucking faggot. Can you imagine walking up to that window, handing it in, and being like,
sir, let me ask you something. Do you actually want, we'll do this right. Sir, do you actually want THC 420 on your license plate?
yeah, that's right. I picture like Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura style, like leaned up, like, yeah, that's right. Like,
Yeah.
full.
Of course I want.
You see me? He's wearing like he's wearing Bob Marley shirt.
Yeah, Bob Marley shirt. He's
like,
a,
you
he's
see
a,
me?
He's a white guy, but he wears like the dread hat. He's got like the mushroom plume
He's
hat.
got a Hawaiian shirt on, but instead of like palm trees, it's pot leaves.
Yeah, it's it's pot leaves in the palm trees. No, that's sick. That's a cool dude.
THC 420.
Is that
Gets
like
out of my car, leans on it, lights up a joint.
Yeah. The kind of guy that has like a Swisher wrapper ready in his back pocket.
To roll the worst blunt you've ever seen.
I mix in a little tobacco. No, isn't that incriminating? Like, wouldn't that make a cop pull you over?
What? Oh, 420 THC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, at the same token, though, you could probably be some lady that smoked weed 4 times in her life, but now she runs a dispensary. So she's like, oh, that'd be fun. I'm like, remember
that is true.
Kristen called herself the queen of cannabis, and she didn't smoke.
Didn't smoke. That was incredible. She was an alcoholic.
Yeah, and a
Didn't
fat
smoke.
pig raised a whore and 2 dickheads that I guess went to the army and then straightened themselves out. But it's like, let's not forget, though, that up until going to the army, they were dicks. Like,
they were pieces of shit.
yeah. You ran a white trash fucking shithole that now you married some guy with money and you think you're of money. It's like, no. You're trash.
You're born
still in forever.
You're born into class.
You're born into class.
Yeah, you're not. You can't move up into class.
Not through marrying a construction
Like, imagine
worker.
if we got money. We wouldn't. You can't just go mingle at these parties.
No. I mean, you could, but not. It wouldn't be like
No, it's not genuine.
smooth.
It'd feel like the Renaissance Fair.
It'd be them inviting us because they have to invite like the
new hot pod.
yeah to see pod the new pod on the block.
Yeah, the new pod on the block.
That should have been the name.
Pod on the block. That is a good name.
No, but we could have. You see all that stuff about I think his name is Michael Rubin. You know who that is?
I don't think so.
He's the guy that throws the white party in the Hamptons where they all wear white, which I don't know how these things have been allowed to happen for so long that no one's like, do you guys not feel like this is fucking gay? None of you are like, oh, yeah, it's the annual Hamptons white party where we all wear white. Like, I don't know.
This looks interesting. White party, a lot of black.
Well, he's a Diddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A diddler?
Yeah.
No shit.
That's what.
So he's doing those types of parties
to get these powerful people
incriminated.
Yeah.
And then you work your way up. That's it.
Because apparently
he's probably
like
a CIA plant. Is what it is.
I have no idea what his like job is or anything. He just.
It's like Epstein. You just exist.
But if if you have enough money that you'd be invited to this, why would you give a The only people that would want to go to this are people looking inside from the outside. Once you can go, you're like, yeah, I go to plenty of cool shit with my fucking friend. Like, I'm going to show up because, like, oh, the fucking pedophile in the Hamptons,
you know what I think it is?
Has the big white party.
What I think it is that these people continue to get famous because you go to these parties and you mingle. So I think they hear
but
like,
it's not the 2000s where you got to get taken pictures by paparazzi or whatever.
I think part of it is still like because Lil Wayne's there. What's Lil Wayne doing there? But then this guy here is Lil Wayne's going to be there. Well, I've been working on my rap album. I want to go talk him up a little bit. I could shoot him a DM, but I'm just another asshole in the DMs. If I'm at this party, he knows I'm of this status.
Isn't it so funny that like you can work your whole life to become like a powerful person, or you could just be like a hot bitch?
Yeah.
Like all these people, it's just like, all right, time to discuss the secrets of the industry, and it's like just so like a pair of tits next to you.
Yeah. Well, like this. Well, I guess these are famous rappers, but why are they famous? It's the tits. This guy wearing a Trump hat?
Dude, Trump hit Kamala with she's doing everything that I talk about doing. I told her I was gonna send her a Make America Great Again hat.
Yeah, I'll send her a MAGA hat.
Ooh.
No, he had some heaters. Oh, I saw some shit. Alex Jones was posting. There's this company that makes pearl earrings with microphones in them. And what you have on? A pearl earring that looked just like that thing.
Damn.
No, it was
well, that was her whole thing too, because she didn't want to debate. So that makes sense that she would have like something to put.
Well, she wanted notes. I remember.
There's something. Yeah, I forget what it was.
I heard. Mike Baker was talking on Rogan saying that she like really wanted to use notes, and they were like shooting that down.
What's the deal with like? He says something. She goes, "That's not true." She says something. He goes, "That's fake." We got fucking DuckDuckGo at the ready. Like,
well, that's what it is. I think, and that's what they were doing. They were fact checking him. They weren't fact checking her a lot.
But I don't even know if it was fact checking because he said the thing about how there's that one state that will let you abort a baby after it's been born, and he's like, that's not abortion, that's execution. And the one moderator's like, there's not a single state that's legal in. And it's like, well, Kamala didn't fucking know that. You can literally watch her face change as she says that, because she was about to be like, I also oppose executing babies.
Yeah.
But now she gets to be like, Donald,
that's
okay.
Right.
No, there is no state.
Yeah, no, it was biased as fuck. They were kind of when he started talking about it, he's like, I got shot in the face because of what, and he starts almost saying like because of what you guys planned and all this stuff, and he starts talking, and the moderator's like, all right, we have a lot to get to. Let's tone that down.
The dude, at least, he was biased, but like, you know, he was doing he at least like sounded good and like did the moderator thing
like a man.
The lady next to him was literally like clearly hated Donald Trump,
100%.
Clearly wanted a woman in the like White House. She was how she got there. I have no fucking idea.
No, it's a sham. It's all a scam.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like everybody we talked about, it's a sham. But how don't you do a better job?
Every news article is she won. I saw Fox articles saying she won.
Bro, Twitter was saying she won. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Again, maybe some of the things where they're both just saying each other is a liar. If she's right and he's wrong, then maybe she wins those points. But just out of like the back and forth of like what was said in the debate, not referencing other things that would have to get fact checked, like she literally kept attacking his person, and he kept attacking like the policy. Yeah.
And that's the thing is that the moderators, they would never. Like, he asked her in the beginning, he was like, what's your like, you don't have anything. And the moderators were just moved on.
If he got off track, they'd be like, we asked you about this.
Yes.
But then he could pose something to her, and she could just be like, you do this and that.
Yeah.
And,
No, they move on.
you don't need to, like, answer his question.
RFK was saying that. He was saying how, like, the moderators weren't pressuring her to answer any of the questions.
Dude, Tulsi Gabbard is so hot.
Oh, yeah.
She's crazy.
She,
the fact that anyone would
she the one that's on the terrorist watch list? You see that? I think it's
that, like, weird white streak in her hair.
She's an older white lady?
She's not a white lady, technically. She's like a indigenous person because of being Hawaiian, I guess. So she's Hawaiian.
Let me see this, though. Hold on.
Tulsi Gabbard's like the Hawaiian governor person that was in the military. And she went on The View and bitched Bayard out, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because Joy Bayard said some like nasty ass shit about her, and so Tulsi Gabbard was like, "Yeah, I'll just come on and we can talk about it." Where's
this shit?
But she's very hot. And it's funny to me that people call Kamala hot.
It was Tulsi Gabbard. She criticized the Kamala campaign. They put her on a fucking terrorist watch list. Do you hear about that? She was on Fox talking about it. They I guess she knew somebody, some whistleblower came out and was like, yeah, they just filed this in the Department of like Defense or whatever. And it's anywhere she flies, there needs to be 3 air marshals. Anywhere, like she gets like crazy checks at airports and shit. I guess they like pull her over and shit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine criticizing a government?
Like 2 tours.
Yeah, but like, can you imagine criticizing a government and they just do this to you? That's scary.
They do the thing you're criticizing.
That's scary. Like that's a fucking like that's borderline China.
That's the thing though, man, about like all these people that they pat her on the back and they act like our concerns are so far fetched, and it's like it's actually it's displaying or exemplifying like how small a worldview you have, because you don't realize that in so many other places, the only times you've been out of the country is with your parents on vacation to fucking Europe.
Yeah.
Like,
you're in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah. And a lot of these fucking places, like, that you can't tweet that Trump sucks because then the police show up.
Yeah.
And they fucking take you away from your family.
What was happening in England? Yeah.
England now, you can do that. Like, it's still like you go to jail. It's not like a fucking gulag or whatever. But, like, all these places, like, I don't understand why they think it wouldn't happen to us.
Oh, it's coming.
Like, they're the people that say America isn't the best country. So it's like, okay, so if we suck, why wouldn't we just turn into a shitty place? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm so confused, like, what their
argument
is.
It's weird that it's going to turn into that. It's going to turn into where, like, if we're saying shit on the pod, we're going to get a fucking email from YouTube that's like, You guys have a strike.
People couldn't talk about COVID with the vaccine. That's what that is already.
Yeah. No, 100%. That's going to happen. And then what's equally scary is they don't ever touch me again.
I didn't put socks on.
Really?
Forgot.
It's a big episode for people. The if you want to see Zach's sock list, look.
Cut that.
Check the if you want. But no, that's what's equally scary to that is the people that are like, well, yeah, this should happen. Like just the average fucking blue-haired bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Did you see the
but those people, like if me and you were, even if we're just saying it jokingly, about like she's Indian, not black. Even if we don't give a fuck, we could feel whatever type of way, but our efforts are more into like the Bible.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. We don't even give a fuck that much about this shit. But if people overhear us saying that, they'd literally be like, we'd be racist for asking a question.
Yeah.
But now it comes out and is like proven she's Indian, not black.
If we ask the question, where are all those Indian people that were on stage during the 2016 election or 16 election?
Yeah, why isn't her mom there now when she's running for president when she was there when she was vice president?
Yeah. All these people in Indian, where are these people at?
Just asking a fucking question. But like,
how dare you?
People fucking go. I showed you that video with the guy goes on like the Wayback Machine or the internet.
The Wikipedia
time
thing?
machine.
Yeah. I sent that to you.
Oh, did you send that to me?
Either or.
Yeah, there was like
but no,
three we went back and forth on. But that one's like, okay, so clearly somebody
is
did
editing
something, right? So like, I'm not fucking, don't look at me like I'm a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
It's fine if you think that's wrong that they did that and she could have won as an Indian. Like,
she should have.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. But like, I also like, that would then be like a step back for them though, as that like, them not being the perfect understanding of like race and identity and everything. So they have to be like, nope, she can be whatever she wants to be. It's like, listen, I'm not gonna like.
Okay, well, I'm a 6'4" black guy, and I want to go start in the NFL. I want to go start in the NFL right now because I identify as a football player.
I wanted to say I want to make up for lost time.
No, have you seen the video of the Palestine protesters trying to siege through a gate, and these people, this dude picks up a hammer, never has held a hammer, and is like,
did you see the pink hair dude that ran at the guy with the Trump sign
with the flag? Yeah,
he had a flag, I guess, and a Trump shirt.
He runs at him. He says something. He's like, do something about it. And he like runs and he
runs like
he's doing this, and the dude just like sticks the pole in his face, and the guy like backs off and he says something, and he turns around and he does like a fake like one of these again. And he's like, fucking do it, like.
You can't even like punch wrongly on purpose. How good he was punching wrongly on accident.
Stop. But no, these people were they were trying to get through some gate to go protest or something, and like it was literally there's a dude on like a stool, and he's just the gate you just pull up and like open. This dude just has a hand on it, and these people are like smacking it with a hammer and like trying to pull it up. And then this one dude's filming and he's talking because some like blue haired chick and this dude wrapped in like the Palestine flag is trying to pick this gate up, and he's like, we're almost in. They don't have enough leverage. We're having
if we could get a fulcrum,
if we could figure out. No, it was incredible.
Yo, those blue-haired people have really made me change my stance on hitting women. I think I could really like three-piece one of those people if they got me angry enough.
Or if they smack you first.
I think they also discount the fact that like I feel no guilt about hitting you in the stomach. Like that wouldn't even trigger anything. That I would do to anybody.
I saw another.
Everyone should be getting hit in the stomach more.
Yeah, humanize you.
Or the leg.
Yeah.
Dead legs.
Oh, a Charlie horse.
And hit in the face is like traumatic.
You should be tackled. It is traumatic. You should be tackled.
It really fucks you up.
Yeah.
Like if someone just clips you.
I watched a video of this Karen yelling at these two guys
in a McDonald's. She smacks one,
and the dude turns on and smacks the shit out of her. So I'll fuck you up.
It's really funny when girls do that to other girls, and it's like, why do you think
she wouldn't hit you back? Like
she has like every right to clip
you. Black girls got that the best. They got that down on lock. If you smack a black girl, she's grabbing your hair and punching you fucking 17 times in the back of the head.
Well, Karens exist in suburbia mostly, whereas like if you go like either hood black or like country white, you're leaving that suburban Karen.
Yeah.
So like those are two people that like if shit pops off, they'll just fight.
They'll throw down.
They'll just have a scrap now. Where that doesn't exist in her world.
No.
So when she wants to be a Karen in those places or those people in her area,
which
they don't like the Venn diagram doesn't.
That's a great point. She was probably in an area she's not used to. She went to some city and thinks she can go bitch around like that. And this kid's like, I'm wearing a ski mask. Like, I'll fuck you up. Like, I'm already wearing them. No one's going to fucking know.
And
that dude filming is going to cheer.
That lady said something about, like, how his mother should have raised him right. And it's like, you brought his mom into it. Like, you are wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that's fucked up. And you did smack him first.
Which, again, is crazy. Like, you thought there'd be no consequences to you putting your fucking hands on someone.
No. And I don't condone hitting women.
No.
But
I'm just saying.
A Karen? You should be able to hit a Karen.
I'm just saying, if someone thinks that it's okay to put their fucking hands on you, like, teach them that it's not. Yeah. I don't know. Like, you're going to be 50 years old. No one's ever checked you by this point. Like,
that's what it is,
be the fucking first to do so.
That's what it is, too. These people have never been checked.
Whereas in my entire life, I thought any disagreement would end in a fight. And it took me, like, 18 years of being like, oh, people don't even want to do that's. People are like, that's bravado. That's like chest puffed out shit.
That's the last thing on someone's radar.
99% of people have no interest in fighting, and the 1% is like the crazy people. Like even people that know how to fight don't want to fight.
No,
it's not like
no part of that.
Yeah. No, I'm like, well.
Well, this was a fucking waste.
This is gonna fucking suck when there's 9 people waiting to beat the shit out of me because I said I disagreed.
Yeah,
might as well just go along with it. Like, yeah, no one would have cared.
You see, there's a documentary coming out called "Lover of Men."
No,
and it's about how Lincoln is gay.
I told you about this. It's bullshit.
Is it bullshit?
It's bullshit. It's because
I like this. Let's highlight this. So it's
you tell me first, and I'll debunk.
Yeah, what I saw is it was a video. I just saw the
It's a video of him sucking dick.
Yeah, it's a painting of him giving oral.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, so yeah, it's called Lover of Men. The only thing I saw was that the big headline. It's,
wrestler.
Yeah, the big headline is Lincoln was part of the LGBTQIA plus W whatever community or whatever, and it was because their reasoning was back in the day, even single men, they moved in with the boys and they slept in the same bed. You know, the boys, they all hung out. And then it shows a video. It shows a video of like a dude dressed as Lincoln, and there's this fucking haggard ass looking guy like cuddled up next to him, and Lincoln is just like stroking his head. And he's like, Lincoln probably had relations with many men. And you know, just at the time, you just can't talk about these things. But
I'm gonna come in there.
Go in.
Apparently, this is just what I heard. I've done no research.
This
is what I heard. I believe Shane Gillis said this.
They know Lincoln.
He knows Prez. What I remember hearing about all this is that the president. Look up the president before Lincoln, because apparently that guy was gay.
This is interesting.
Openly gay. So
Really?
I don't know that it was a thing that you couldn't. Obviously, like in a fucking town, like if you work in the mines, you can't, like, they're not down with gay people. But you got to remember, like, that's, you know how they say that was the whole point of, like, representatives was to go to D.C. and, like, argue these things. So, like, the common man didn't, it's like classes. Like, you're really separated.
Yeah.
By so
James Buchanan.
In these.
He looks gay.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah.
That's I'm a bottom eyes.
He's getting his balls sucked right there in the picture.
No, but keep going.
Apparently that guy was gay. And apparently, so like in these well-to-do, like rich people places, it wasn't a big deal to be gay. Like obviously.
Look at the Greeks.
Well, I think that's probably like what the trickle down from. I don't think they were doing it the same way where it's like you get like I'm a poet. Of course I need a boy to plow for as my muse or whatever.
Of course I have a muse.
a young buck.
Yes, obviously.
A companion. No, but so apparently because that one guy was gay, he kind of like set the notion off that, oh, like presidents and like politics, kind of like a gay thing to do because it's like fancy, you know. It's like,
ooh,
you're like up, yeah, you're like,
oh, my hair, put on my wig, I'm in drag.
Yeah, you're playing fucking court or whatever.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
so courting a male companion.
Why do they call it court?
Why do they call it courting? In Latin,
you get married in a courthouse. Courting, trying to get married.
Gay somewhere.
Faggot, bundle of sticks.
Somewhere.
The courthouse was built with sticks. No, that was all I heard. It's just like that guy made it so that presidents seemed gay. Like the job seemed gay. So then when Lincoln became president, they were like, I don't know, Lincoln was gay.
Do you want to hear something interesting on that? Of why they would want to call Lincoln gay? Lincoln.
Well, he was wrestling champ, so if you call him gay, they're probably going to assume that he was checking people's oil, doing gay shit.
Well, yeah. Lincoln, 6'10". Who knows how tall he was?
Probably like my height back then. He was the tallest man.
This man's 5'11".
Yeah, 5'9".
No, I think he was like 6'4". So, something. He was up there.
He was a lank cell, as they say.
Lincoln was the first Republican president. the Dems.
Dems love to take credit.
They love it.
They love to pretend.
They love to pretend.
Yeah.
No, he wanted. So Lincoln wanted to free the slaves. That was his big thing. The Republican Party started in 18.
Pull the picture up.
Pull of what?
I'll
Slaves?
airdrop it to you.
Of what?
You'll see.
Airdrop to yourself.
No shit.
The Republican Party started in 1851, right? Their big thing was to abolish slavery, to get everybody give everybody rights, give slave rights and all this. The Democrats were highly against that, and they wanted to get not pass any of those laws. Lincoln gets elected. Apparently somewhere in there, West Virginia or somewhere, seceded from the Union, which is what. Oh, this is beautiful. Yes,
you're welcome.
Yeah, no, this is a great photo. We'll get into that.
We're in it.
I'm butchering this. The Republicans wanted to pass anti-slavery laws and all this stuff. The Democrats didn't want that to happen. So at some point, I don't know if Lincoln gets elected first or if West Virginia or South, one of those, they secede from the Union because of their we want our slaves. We're not dealing with this with these fucking Republican pigs, these racists.
Are not racist.
Yeah, it was a joke. The Lincoln gets elected, first Republican president, gets assassinated. All that probably leads into something with this. Probably, I'm sure that ties in. But the Republicans passed the 14th, 15th, and 16th Amendment, which freed the slaves, gave them rights, and allowed them to buy land, all this other shit. So it's funny to think that people want to call them they're fucking racist pig. It's no, you didn't want. You guys wanted slavery. These people didn't. So it's I don't know how you can call them. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, that goes back to the thing we always talk about it just ends up being teams. You don't even know what the fuck these people do. You just know that the 5 bullet points they put up front about what we're about is what you like more than the 5 bullet points they put out.
Exactly.
And the second you fucking buy a house or have a kid, you'll probably change your fucking mind. I was listening to a podcast where some lady was talking about how someone asked her if she would be cool with her son, her little baby, doing any modeling or anything like that. And she's probably not. It's I don't know. You watch the Nickelodeon documentary and you just see there are really pedophiles everywhere. And she goes, I hate to sound I got this crazy right-wing talking point, but and it's oh, okay. So right. So before you had a kid, you could label all that as crazy Republican whatever.
Yeah.
Now you have a kid. And so now it affects you. So it's not just this abstract fucking thought. It's now this is my life that I have to consider. Yeah, now it does scare me that there are pedophiles out there versus someone with no kid and being there's not pedophiles everywhere. What are you, nuts?
Exactly.
Was that crazy QAnon stuff?
Yeah, that crazy bullshit. Yeah, Pizzagate. And it's it came out. That came out to be real.
The people that love to be the government's doing that. It's they just admitted that they shot the fucking president's head off.
They just admitted that.
They said remember JFK? That was us. The guys you said that you rolled your eyes at me for suggesting might not have our best interests at heart. And that's who you're defending. The guys that are we exploded his head in front of his wife and the world.
Some dude came out, Rogan was talking about it with Mike Baker. Some dude came out, he was asking Mike Baker about the Kennedy files and how Trump wanted to release them. And someone in the White House was yeah, we're not doing that. And I guess where they went and asked him and they were why won't you release this? And he's listen, if you saw what was in that, you wouldn't want it released either. So it's okay. So obviously the CIA had something to do with it. If you're not releasing it, if it's not just some fucking crazy guy,
mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just release it then? So it's obviously that happened.
What do you think the deal is with the, I think you read it on 2 pods ago, the guy that killed Lincoln and the guy that killed Kennedy. Do you think that is some type of
They love symbols. They love.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it just some cabal? They like their ritualism. Maybe there's power to that amount of syllables or whatever the fucking shit. I don't.
Or is it Or is it just like the head nod of like, look at we've existed for so long. Like all the people at top are like, well, let's make his name this because it'll line up with this. Let's do it on this day. Just for like funsies.
To have that level of control to do that, but then it's like, how are we doing Trump versus Kamala? Like, pick a fucking guy that will just go and dismantle Trump.
Yeah.
And then you have that guy as the how are you going to roll out Kamala and be like, fucking, hope she doesn't give her a pearl earring that you can talk into and hope she doesn't fuck it up. Like, that's where I'm like, that's like the best argument always for that shit not being real. Mm-hmm. It's just like,
or is it like do they know that she can fuck up as much as she has, and they can just go, well, whatever. Like here's some ballots. Like we'll make her win because we know once she gets in, she's listened to us this entire time. So it's like we know once she gets in, we can just do whatever. We'll tell her to pass shit, and it's just gonna happen.
I feel like it wouldn't be that hard out of politicians of all people to find someone willing to do that. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I think she was it.
Yeah, but couldn't you find someone that
fits the bill a little better?
Yeah, because like I said, someone that doesn't fuck up. If she fucks up, they can still make her win, but it's going to make people the same way these past couple elections have made people be like, okay, maybe shit is fucked up.
Yeah. But it just goes away. Nothing happens.
That's true.
Where it's like, it is like you can have all this evidence of election fraud and you get called a racist or like, well, you don't want a black woman. It's like, I didn't say that. I don't want my elections to be fucked with.
I'm surprised as many women are out there like okay with this being the woman president. Yeah. Like you'd feel like you'd want like a more legit one.
Yeah.
Rather than just one that's like this is the one you're going to hang your hat on and be like, we did it.
Laugh, this thing. No, that's crazy.
She reminds me of like a weird, like one of the new Star Wars things. She reminds me of like one of these weird like
Kathleen Kennedy.
Like, yeah. I don't know, where you just show up on an alien world and it's like, women are in charge, of course. I wear a pantsuit. I am the strongest woman of them all. She just strikes me as that type of weird.
I saw some video of this election, like poll booth worker was, he's, I guess because early voting is happening or something. I have no idea. But they're getting all these like ballots and they're looking and they're like, he's opening them and he's looking and he's like, all right, and he's like putting them in the machine. And then he's recording himself and he goes, now see this one? Donald J. Trump? We don't deal with that. And then just like puts the other ones in. It's like, okay, well, this dumb fuck's posting that he's committing felonies on TikTok. What's happening to him? Like, this is allowed to happen?
What?
Yeah, dude. It's crazy. The video ends. And then I go in the comments and people are fucking freaking out. We got to find this. We got to find this guy.
It's like a very big crime.
Is that treason?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Treason's fun.
That's a fun word. Commit him of treason!
I was going to say, it's cool to commit like a ancient crime today.
Yeah.
It's like treasonous.
on the charge of piracy.
I saw a thing that there's one destroyer in the whole Navy that gets to fly the pirate flag.
Really?
I thought that was pretty cool. It's because like the
you get to fly a pirate flag,
like the skull and crossbones flag.
That's cool
on a fucking U.S. destroyer.
No, that's sick.
I guess like the dude who was like the hero in Pearl Harbor, who's like the main guy to come out and like fuck shit up against them. I think his like name was the same as like some famous pirate. So then they asked like his widow when he died because the ship is named after him. So they were like, as an homage to him, can we fly the pirate flag as like,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Kamala said, I don't know what the first thing was, but she goes, I think it was COVID. She's like, yeah, Trump's pandemic. It's like, that's crazy to say. But she goes, this was the worst thing to happen since slavery in America. This is on September 10th, the day before 9/11, which you could point to. And even if you don't want to point to 9/11, you just brought up Pearl Harbor. Thousands of Americans died. Like, no, that's right. Slavery was the last big one.
Yeah. The only one, really.
Yeah, no, it's not 75 fucking school shootings that you guys probably orchestrate.
Not like it also got solved here after existing in the world forever.
I've been so far into this Charlie Kirk shit to where, like, I hope he's not just a Garden Variety fag, but
Probably got a little bit of fag in him.
a little bit. He's a Christian. But
That's the thing. At the end of the day, like, anyone with an agenda is inherently, like, somewhat of a fag.
Yeah.
But
no, he says some banger lines
Yeah.
that are just like, wow, yep. Fucking. Hey,
yeah, take your ball and go home.
Did we do slavery like the rest of the world? Yeah. Who abolished it? We did. That's what happened.
China's trying to kick it back up.
Yeah, they are. Now, here's this picture we found. The American Civil War was engineered by the Rothschild banking elite. The Rothschilds used divide and conquer strategy to take back America by creating a conflict between the North and the South. The North was to be a British colony annexed to Canada under the control of Lionel Rothschild. The South was to be a French colony given to Napoleon III of France and under the control of James Rothschild. Abraham Lincoln opposed the destruction of America by issuing the greenback to fund its defense against international bankers, which is what the founding fathers wanted. They were already on that shit of like, don't fucking do this.
Yeah, but every time not a good guy got into office, they would start talking to all these motherfuckers. So they'd start getting in, and then the next guy would get elected and have to like put his foot down and be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like,
and for people that don't know, a greenback is it's interest-free.
Real money.
Interest-free, later redeemable for gold, and it's government printed. The bankers wouldn't stand for this.
But that's like what money, the idea of money is a greenback.
Yes.
You're thinking like, there exists wealth somewhere. I'm not carrying it around
I'm not
all
carrying
the
around
fucking time.
a bag of gold coins.
This represents this.
Yeah.
And all that is happening over there, and we're using this as placeholders.
Which plays into when we did the money pod forever ago, which we should probably redo at some point.
It will always be updating and revising.
But where it's like you have our currency is the debt-based currency, where our money comes from debt. Well, that is like 1-to-1. So Fort Knox,
England
if that
really
still
got us good with that one.
Literally, yeah. Where it's like if that has money, I'm like if Fort Knox has the gold, it's like okay, well that's what the U.S. dollar's worth is that fucking building.
Instead of now where it's like $3K for everybody.
Yeah, literally.
Checks for everybody and just hitting.
Why am I paying 8% interest on my house?
Just fucking add a couple zeros to the budge.
So the bankers wouldn't stand for this. 5 days after the South surrendered on April 14th, 1865, Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a member of the Knights of the Golden Circle. Slavery was not the driving force behind the war. The primary issue, as with all wars, was that, this is very small, was that who controlled the banks and the money supply. Research further online.
Which, I mean, what do we do in every fucking war? We sell weapons
That's
to both
all it
sides.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what...
Well, look who just took over the Ukraine. BlackRock. He was shaking Zelensky was shaking hands with the new owners of his country. No, it's crazy. It's like those people just go on a world tour to like all these shitty countries.
And then remember the thing we found out about Ukraine that I didn't realize because I think of Ukraine it's like cold and shit, but apparently they have like the most fertile fucking soil.
That's
like
interesting too.
It's
Yeah.
The American Midwest and Ukraine are the two bread baskets of the world.
Yeah.
So remember that thing I sent you that's like the UN does a vote on is food a basic human right. Every country says yes except for Israel and America.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, who are the people fucking with the Ukraine, like taking control of the Ukraine?
Yeah.
And that,
You don't want to say
shit
it,
just
but
gets fucking weird.
and it's also
man.
even like on a more basic level, it's like, okay, if BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, all these people are with the Ukraine now, establishing their bank, JP Morgan, they're all establishing their banks. Then you go and see and go, okay, well those companies own all the food companies, and if this is the breadbasket of Europe, it's like, okay, well obviously all those food companies would just want to control the supply. I don't know. It's easy on paper. You look at it, and then people look at you, and they're like, well, they're fucking dying. And it's like, yeah, well, why are they dying, dick?
Yeah,
Like, you don't, like, you think Putin's that big of a prick? He
like,
probably is. He's a dictator.
So
But
you heard what I said, and your brain took that as I like people dying. Like what? I'm explaining why this is happening, and it's not just some weird like Russian versus Ukraine.
Yeah.
Like it's not fucking Cowboys versus Indians.
No.
Cowboys versus Indians wasn't Cowboys versus Indians.
no.
Like it's not Yankees Red Sox. You can't
No.
just be like they hate each other. Like
Like, that's just what it is.
They fucking were fine for years and years to like not fuck with each other.
You can almost, and like that works really well for like the Ukraine. Like you go to Israel and it's like, well, they do kind of just hate each other. That is like a biblical war. They do just hate each other.
They hate each other, but again, like they're fine to let each other live their life over there. It's when you keep trying to like
Take land.
take their shit away, and then they're like,
And then you establish a terrorist organization to run your side. It's like, okay, well, that doesn't work.
oh, that's like the same argument though of like the inner city gangs here, where it's like, is being a gang member good? No. But if there's zero opportunity around you and you don't have any chance of doing anything positive, and this is what every other person that made it out of your situation did, is like, at what point are you like, well, that's like, how mad are you going to get?
Same thing where like if the quality of life is shit, where if you're sitting in your mud hut and you're like, what the fuck? Like this fucking sucks. But that dude says that he's going to make shit better because he's going to go and invade those people who got it great. Like I look over the wall into Israel. They're fucking living lush.
It's like Nation of Islam shit.
Yeah, so of course you're gonna back that guy.
Where like a lot of the shit that Prophet Elijah Muhammad was saying was like not good or based in any like real religion, but it just spoke to what people were going through and like riled them up.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not always a good thing that galvanizes people and gets them on the same page when they're in a bad situation to begin with.
A different, kind of on that vein, me and Christian smoked when we were watching a movie, and she goes, you ever think about like how language works? How like we call this an apple, but like they call it something else, but we agree that it's an apple, but like those people, but like nobody knows what everybody's saying and this, that, and the other, and like how did this become this? And then they had their, like, how do people communicate? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I go, well, in the Bible, humanity was building a tower, and the gods go, wow.
The tower that was designed to reach the gods.
Yeah. Like, they're working together too well. Let's knock the tower down and give them all different languages. They won't be able to do this shit ever again.
Confuse their tongue. And
she goes, really? I go, isn't that crazy? And I go, and if you relate that to the alien thing, it makes you even more crazy.
Yeah, that's the story of Nimrod, who the Rothschilds descend from, who control everything. Yeah. So
that's where we got to, was that. We ended up getting to that and like going, that makes a lot of sense. Before that, we were looking at it backwards, where we were like, if this is a mouse, right? I call this a mouse. That guy's speaking Spanish. He agrees that it's a mouse, but he's got his own words, but we both know it's a mouse. How did they agree that that's the word? And I was like, I think we're looking at it wrong. I think nobody knows what anybody's saying. And like, he has his name for this. We have this name for this. I thought it was funny that like, if everybody had their own language and there was just some white dude on a stage and he was like, there's a mouse. Okay? Mouse. You guys do whatever you call it, whatever the fuck you want.
At home.
Hey,
you come out in the world?
This is a mouse.
Okay?
Hey, keyboard.
That's what Ellis Island was like.
I had that thought and I was dying.
You think your name's what? No.
No.
What? These letters don't fucking go together. You got Z's and G's and shit next to each other. I'm chopping them.
Your name's Clint.
Yeah. Clint. I had a cousin named Clint. He was a dick. That's what you remind me of. Clint.
Next.
Yeah.
All these people speaking Keikel.
Yeah, exactly. People asking if they can bring this. Be like, if you can call it the right thing, you can bring it.
No.
Call it that bullshit again, you can leave it on the fucking boat.
No, I loved the idea of, just a sea of different looking people and just some white guy being like, apple. You're going to call it manzana, whatever you want to call it. It's a fucking apple.
Yeah.
Everyone out there, you change it, whatever you got to do. When we come here, it's an apple.
That always fucked my head up with colorblind people.
Yeah. Is my red the same as your red?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, that
Or
works more with
that
color
is what I was
but
meaning,
no, I
though.
know.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was meaning. Or like the same thing I always talk about, where like you don't know. Everyone's got different perceptions and like so like pain threshold for one. Like if someone says like this really hurts, is it the same? Is it affecting us the same thing, and we're just describing it differently because we've had different like experiences with pain, or does it genuinely hurt you more for whatever individualistic reason?
That's interesting. Actually, the colorblind thing, I remember seeing on YouTube. This dude was asking like colorblind people, was like, "Can you describe blue to me?" Someone who's never seen color, and they're like, cold. I don't like. People say it's the sky. I don't know what that means, but I guess like this, and like people try and like explain like what a color is, but have no concept of it.
Yeah,
was just interesting.
The expression "feeling blue" would have no meaning.
Yeah, because it's like people say it's cool, but like, what is that like? What does that mean?
Yeah, you don't
cold.
have,
I just get cold.
You don't have like the icy hot logo in your head where it's like red's hot.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Blue's cold.
Yeah,
it's red Gatorade, blue Gatorade. Like you don't have any reference point for like just standard things.
I love. There's this old Tosh Point where he had the blind film critic on, and this guy would like watch films. And he would like just review them as like a blind guy. Just like the sound design's good. You could follow the story without watching it. And Tosh was like, "Does anybody like?" Does anybody like do anything like fucked up to you at all? Like, cause you're blind? He's like, I don't think so. And he's like, you know what I would do if I was your friend? He goes, what? He goes, I would give you paintings, and I would tell you that they're beautiful landscapes. And when you hang them up, they're just pictures of my asshole. And I would tell you, so you would have pictures of my ass all around your house.
The Legion of Skanks do a worst life competition. And
that sounds good.
The one guy is blind because of 2 separate head trauma injuries that took one eye each.
Oh my god!
And they were doing a similar thing because it was like a Zoom submission or whatever, like a recording. So all his walls are bare and shit, and they're like, "Look at this guy's life fucking sucks. Like, he doesn't have any like nice shit on the walls. He lives in a shithole." And they're like, "In all fairness, like you're a blind guy. Like, the fuck,
what's it matter?
On the wall
what do you need?
For?
Yeah, what? So you can." Yeah, knock shit off the wall.
Paintings in Braille.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had some stuff in here.
Same. I have a question. You know when people say like someone's wigging out?
Yes.
They say that when no one's even acting like a wigger.
That's from my head one. Yeah. You're really wigging out. Like, yo, look at J-Rock. J-Rock's really wigging out right now.
Exactly, yeah. People say wigging out when they're freaking out, but that's not what being a wigger is. Being a wigger, we all know what that is.
Yeah, we don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
You and I both know. Thank you. Move on.
So when you see that, you'd be like, man, this guy's wigging out.
I like that a lot. No, that's good. A little wig out. I'm wigging out right. I'm wigging out.
Dude, I'm wigging out right now. And you put a do-rag
Yeah,
on.
no, I like that. We should get do-rags. We need an episode we need an episode that would necessitate us getting do-rags.
February.
Yeah, we gotta do another one of those.
Or June.
Juneteenth would be do-rags. Yeah. 100%. February, koofies.
Yes. I'm trying to normalize koofies for whites.
I've noticed I go on YouTube and I just like search random shit and I get like related videos. There's a corner of YouTube that I've discovered of just middle-aged men absolutely controlling an instrument. Just the most beautiful guitar riffs you'll ever see in your life, or just some dude like playing drums. Insane. No subscribers. The video starts with them like, and then he sits down and just one takes like an 8-minute fucking solo. Mm-hmm. That's insane. Like better than shit I've seen. Like you watch like Zeppelin or something. You're like, oh my god, that's incredible. This guy could do it just as good.
And he's like an
no subs. Yeah, no
he
subs.
Comes home and fucks around with a guitar.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. No subs. They start their shitty quality. It's just impressive.
I like those little corners of YouTube.
Yeah, we're like no one's watching his shit. He's not. He posts videos
That's what
weekly.
YouTube used to fucking be, is all that type of shit. Now every fucking video is like a YouTuber, and I'm like, it's like the same video over and over again.
I need a guy.
Everyone has the same fucking thumbnail. There's like 3 thumbnail styles.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Literally.
Where they all have like the fucking face that's like hyper real or whatever. I don't know how to describe it.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Me and Christian will go through YouTube to learn how to, like, she wanted to learn how to like can like sauce and stuff. So we're looking. It takes about 6 tries because they start out, "Hi guys, you're welcome back." It's like, no, next. Or you get some bitch that it's all fucking always. It's
I can remember canning as a
dude,
kid.
Every fucking, it's a 12.5-minute video, and I'm like, this is 3 minutes max.
If you want to do that shit, fine, but put the chapters in where I can go.
Yes, here's where I talk about canning.
Yeah.
No, it's always like my grandmother.
Preamble.
My grandmother came here from Venezuela.
And it's like with too good a production value where they're like
No.
putting pictures in. It's like, no one knows your grandma.
No one gives a shit.
Like, you're doing like a documentary about you and your grandma.
I don't care.
Who cares?
Give me an 8-minute video about that, and then give me the 2-minute video of you canning.
With the
That's
tits out.
Yeah, take out your tits. I mean, give some to the guy.
Yeah, if you're going to be a fucking marketing whiz, maybe have some cans in the canning video.
Yeah.
I
learned.
watched.
Keep going.
You ever watch Rookie of the Year?
No, I've seen that pop up. That good?
I used to love that movie as a kid. It was like a.
Is that like Angels in the Outfield?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I remember watching that in Catholic school.
This was just one of those classic, like, you got the VHS and you just beat it to death. Like, it's just like a movie you bring to, like, when you get dropped off at an aunt and uncle's house. Like, you just,
Pop that in.
It was like a go-to movie, Rookie of the Year.
Your uncle's got the rewind machine. I can really dial it in quick.
He fucks his arm up, and the tendons heal too tight. So now when he goes to throw, he can, like, launch the ball. So he goes to the major leagues. Plays for the Cubs.
Incredible.
This is
Great story.
This is all you need as a premise in the 90s. You go, what if a kid fell down and his arm
got better,
healed better? A kid who the only bad thing in his life is
Run
that again 90s thing where it's like, you know, his dad isn't around. That's like the worst. Now that's like every kid, and no one has a dad.
It's like, no shit.
Yeah, no one has fucking 2 parents. You know how crazy that is? Fucking, it's not even like this brings him out of the hood or whatever. Like, he's just in a normal house.
No, he would have lived fine.
Yeah.
He would have played in high school, hurt himself, and he would have been fine.
It's not like Mike, where he really, you know.
He got trouble in times.
He was an orphan.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. And then there's that dynamic of like.
Oh, are you talking about Mike Tyson?
No.
Who are you talking about?
Like Mike, the movie.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a kid who gets Michael Jordan's shoes because they just get like hand-me-down shit.
Oh, really?
And he gets a pair of Nikes and he takes the tongue out and it's MJ. And someone launches the shoes up onto a telephone wire and he goes up to get them and lightning strikes him. So the shoes have the power of MJ and he puts them on. Then he plays in the NBA. So it's a similar story.
It's a good premise.
But that one is a little bit more like
magical.
Well, magical, yes, but he also like there's more stakes.
Yeah.
Like if this doesn't happen, he just stays in an orphanage for 10 more years or whatever. Yeah. Like the other guy like lives with his mom in a house.
And he's fine.
It's fine.
And he's fine. Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
I had a couple of thoughts about it and I wrote them down because I rewatched it the other day.
Did it hold up?
It was pretty good.
Really?
To be honest with you, it was pretty good.
Were you getting amped up in the living room?
No, I was on pills. Nothing amped up about what I was doing. Oh my God, this is crazy. So when it gets brought on to the Cubs, it's, you know, at first it's like a publicity thing. Like, I don't know if he's actually going to play or like contribute, you know. So they're like I don't know. They're like, we're going to throw him in. We're going to bring him in.
Yeah.
For the first time. So he walks up and then the camera cuts to who he's pitching against and it's like the scariest, like the best batter, the guy that like only hits home runs. He's like
this is the best guy.
He's like a cartoonish villain. He's literally like hunched down. He's like, yeah, and like spits and like
really.
Oh my God.
He's doing chew at 17.
Well, no, these are men.
Oh, these are the majors.
They're major leagues.
Sorry, keep going.
But it just occurred to me, this might have been like too much thinking for a movie like this, but fucking, it's the Cubs versus, I think, the Mets. So it's a National League game, which means that pitchers hit. So you bring this guy, you bring a child in to pitch against adults in the major leagues, and not only do you start him against the best batter.
Yeah.
When you had, it's not even like in the American League where it's like, oh, you're going to pitch him against somebody that's decent. Like, it's a National League. A pitcher's going to come up who can barely fucking hit. Like, you could ease him into the deep end of things and just have him pitching against that guy. Instead, you're like, all right, Rowan Garner, get out there.
The best man.
And he hits a fucking bomb out of the park. And I'm like, I mean, it's just, plot, whatever. But as a thing you don't notice as a kid.
Did that bring him down?
Yeah.
He let the team down?
Yeah. But, I don't know. It was just,
No, that's interesting.
Oh, and then in the beginning of the movie, you note that the parents are divorced because a guy comes over to pick up the mom for a date.
Yeah.
And he gives her a necklace for their 3-week anniversary. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That's not even a month.
That sidebar. That's a lot for a necklace.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
No, unless the head's incredible.
I'm not seeing it, but
these women are atrocious.
She's decent. No, she's Gary Busey's in this movie.
Really?
Gary Busey gets the girl. But when all this stuff with the kids starts happening, and they start like, getting down to brass tacks about paperwork and stuff and signing things, they make this guy the manager. This guy has been dating his mom for less than a fucking month, and now he's taking a 10% cut of whatever the kid earns and is like deciding what he does and doesn't do. There's like a scene where like he like doesn't hit him, but he like grabs him by the arm really hard and he's like, "You're gonna go and do that because I told him you'd be there. You're not missing it." He's like, "I'm going to hang out with my friends," and he like rips him back over. He's like, "The hell you are!
I'll fucking kill you and your mother."
Well, that's a
crazy.
Disney movie.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. He
It's
said
not
that.
Face Off where a serial killer fucks
the other guy's mom.
The other guy's wife, the mom of the kid he killed. That was the sadistic thing. But no, just a couple of things you don't think of as a kid when you watch a movie, and then as an adult you watch it and you're like, this is insane.
No, yeah.
Why was my mom not like laughing at this dog shit?
No, some of those movies.
She might have been.
Some of those movies you go back and watch and you're like, if they're not corny, they do have some shit in there where it's like, damn, this was a kid's movie.
It's just like a gaping plot hole.
Yeah.
Like, just say 6 months and then it becomes like a better,
This makes sense.
Something at least.
3 weeks.
You're okay with...
Well, no, because you get married at 6 months. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's the 90s. She's a divorce.
Oh, it takes place in the 90s?
She's a divorcee. She doesn't want to...
No, she wanted to lock him down.
Yeah. And he drives like a Ferrari.
She's throwing it back, really.
But he's a nerd. He can't get out of it. Cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To get a car like that low, you got to be in good shape because you got to pop out of it. No.
He like stumbles.
That's not good.
No, 90s, all you needed was a premise like that.
Yeah, just something.
They're like, we'll give you 90 minutes.
We'll give you 90 minutes.
See how that plays
We'll give you
out.
90 minutes and $20 million. Sure.
Dude, Gary Busey plays the old vet whose arm is going, and he has to throw heat like 3 more times, and it's like destroying his arm.
But he doesn't
and
care.
It's Gary Busey over it. He's literally like slow motion, like, ah!
That's incredible.
On the mound, like in the stadium.
Does he strike him out?
I think he ends up throwing, he gets the 3 heaters. Maybe, I think maybe the thing was like.
And then he's taken out in like a stretcher. Or he's got a sling on. Really? Yeah. He's done.
That's it for me, kid.
That's it.
You gotta get out there.
Cigarette smoke.
You gotta get out. You gotta
chew coming out of his mouth. You gotta.
One day you can have shoulders like me.
Yeah,
you slinging heat like that. Yeah. Where's that mother of yours?
This is the most athletic man of the era.
Yeah,
he's 60,
bleach blonde, white
48,
guy. Yeah,
alcoholic,
who's never been in good shape.
No.
but somehow is
get,
a premier
you can
athlete.
fucking wing a ball
Yeah.
fast.
It's funny too when you if you're not like a Tom Cruise guy where you're like, well, I need to go and learn how to pitch so I can like do it realistically.
Yeah, no.
If you're just a guy that's
Just
like,
never
yeah,
throw it.
I'll fucking
Sure.
he's just
Terribly.
Yeah,
It's like, no wonder why your shoulder's fucked.
just
No shit.
slanging shit.
Gets dislocated every time.
Cranking.
Yeah. No.
Every now and again, you got to go throw on Randy Johnson highlights.
Randy Johnson.
You know, the big unit?
No.
Randy Johnson he pitched for...
It's the sports center section of the pod.
Oh, man, he came to the Yankees eventually when he was older, but
Nice.
when he was throwing heat, I think he played for the Diamondbacks?
I think so.
He's just like 6'4". So when you're up on the mound, you're just like this big and
Yeah.
he's just like an intimidating dude. And he would just fucking hurl the ball like
Really?
1,000 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
He exploded a bird.
Oh, that guy?
That guy.
I've seen that.
Yeah. Where a bird turns
That's
to nothing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Where do you think the meat went?
It's like
Because
it's like the
it
building.
knocked all the feathers off.
It was like the Twin Towers.
just dust.
Because
It is 9/11. Twin Towers. That's good. We brought it back.
it's not like it hit it and the impact killed it. It's like it incinerated. That ball was traveling so fast.
Yeah.
the heat
From the ball. Because it would knock the feathers off. The body's somewhere. Or is it in pieces? It's probably pieces.
Probably. But bro, it's just
How fast? Did they ever clock it?
yeah.
How much?
I mean, you can only throw a ball so fast. It's like
What's his
in
name?
the hundreds,
What's his name?
100. Something.
Dennis Rodman.
Randy Johnson. But yeah, it was just a big fuck. So when he fucking goes to pitch, you can see people just like
100 miles an hour. That's wild. Chapman, 105. I saw him. I saw him when he was on the Yankees and he versed the Cubs. And I saw him at Wrigley.
it is cool to throw something really fast.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Like baseball as a sport, you know, can get slow, but like the skill itself of like, I'm going to throw this thing fast as fuck and you try to hit it.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good.
You ever see the videos of like I guess it's like the bullpen or whatever where they're like practicing and the pitcher throws and you can hear the thump. Yeah. Like you hear the wind on it. It's scary.
That's what I'm saying. Like a guy has to step into the box and like,
yeah,
you see people
imagine getting hit in the hip with that, or you piss blood. You'd be fucked up. The bruise. Oh, I wouldn't even walk. I would say
when they in the wind up where they're like all wound up,
No.
and then they
You're
unfurl.
tight. Yeah, no.
And you see a fucking arm snap.
I wouldn't even take.
Ball.
I wouldn't even take the base. I'm not doing this anymore. This is horrendous. This is who did he threw that at me? No, you're insane.
Bench warmer.
No, you're insane. I'm done. I'm gonna go sit down. You fucking send out a fucking pitch runner.
Bro, I can remember in Little League those handful of times where they let some like Hector was one. There's a Mexican kid named Hector and a black kid named James, and both of them were like, they're not the same age as us. They're in a different grade. I don't know how they're allowed to be in this fucking.
They're throwing heaters,
bro. They're a head taller than everyone else on their team. James can throw curveballs. No one else in the league can throw curveballs yet.
He's got
hit a curveball.
He's got a slider though.
Hector scares the shit out of me, okay? Hector, my team couldn't beat. Hector would beat us as a group physically.
There's no way.
Because I was never like a big kid, but I was also never a small kid.
No.
So like there was never that factor of like, I didn't mind getting hit with a ball. If hit with a pitch is better than striking out by 1,000%. So I didn't give a shit. That was one dude where you're like, oh my God. Like how you're saying when the ball just hits the glove and you can hear it. And you're like, God damn. I'm not trying to get skimmed.
No,
by
I'm
one of
not. I'm
those.
not dealing with it. No, you're insane. Don't hit me. That's the game. Don't hit me.
I literally remember.
I'll charge the mound.
I think we were. I forget if it was an all-star game or if Thomas was on that kid's team, but I remember that kid having like a game where it
Yeah.
just pitched every inning, shut us out, and then like hit 3 home runs. And like I kept like catching eyes with Thomas during, and he's just like,
We got nothing here. We got nothing. No, I remember going to a Jackhammers game, Joliet Jackhammers game, and some guy got hit with a pitch, walked, got hit again, walked. This guy hit him a third time. He charged. He said, I'm not dealing with this. Tackled the man. It was a highlight. I was like,
weird that way.
I was like, that happened. Can we get out of here?
Hockey, I don't mind it because it's like there's more. They will in fact let you fight.
Yeah.
Baseball, they like let you go act like you're gonna fight and then break it up before anything actually happens. It's like, well, if you're not gonna let it happen, just don't let
hockey. I like that part of hockey.
It's an interesting dynamic for sure.
Yeah.
You see, they have
because you're gonna get the penalty.
You see, they have just that now.
Fighting.
They have like ice skating fighting.
Really. Fighting on ice.
It's in the long list of things that people will put on Twitter and be like, and this exists, and yet Dana went with power slap.
That's what I mean. He should have did like the circus thing.
Anything else.
The circus thing. We're like
anything other than getting meth head gas station workers to fucking open hand slap each other.
No, that's dumb as fuck. I will say that have that as a part of the fucking circus you put together of like, here's fighting on ice, here's our fucking telephone booth, whatever.
Yeah.
That shit's cool. I would watch that. It's just different. It's weird.
Sumo's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what else is cool?
Sumo's so old, too.
You know what else is cool I think you're going to be a big fan of? Spider-Man Noir series coming out. What do you think about this?
See,
you know anything about this?
Yeah. Well, not the show, but I feel like you think that this is like an original thing. Spider-Man Noir exists.
It's a comic.
That exists.
Yeah. I didn't read anything into this. I saw a headline. I was like, this will be a good topic to discuss.
I mean,
what is this?
I can tell you one thing that I feel about most things that they announce is that to have a fucking show about Spider-Man Noir when there's so many main things that are left untouched. Like, there's just it's fucking...
There's some cool shit. They got to do
more... so many stories, brother.
They don't do more cool, like, cosmic shit.
Bro,
you explain, like the tribunal and all that stuff. No, that'd be cool, because you could do that shit now. You couldn't...
All I want is cartoons. I don't want the movies. Yeah. I want cartoons. Now they're going to do a Spider-Man Noir cartoon. It's like, you could do that in... I think they did that in
that's going to be a cartoon?
Isn't that what it was?
I don't know. Like I said, I didn't read anything in it. Nick Cage is in it. I saw that.
Well, I just saw the picture, I assume.
Maybe it is a cartoon, though. Must be.
I thought there was one of the recent Spider-Man movies where they dressed him up like this as like a nod to it. And I'm sure people were like, ugh! So then they were like, oh my God, we need the viral popularity. We should give it its own show. It'll be fucking nothing. Like,
let's just watch the trailer as well.
It'll be like everything else. There'll be a couple cool things in it. It could have been much better, and they should have done something else from the jump.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, it's not a cartoon?
I guess not.
Oh, then I actually don't like
today.
it. This sucks.
Have a seat. What can I do for you?
This is crime.
It's a series.
How's it not on Disney?
Disney Plus on the bottom.
So
Maybe
I'm just
Prime.
a man
Yeah, I
looking
don't
for
know.
answers.
I'm just a man looking for answers.
So Nick Cage will do this piece of shit, but not National Treasure 3?
Things are changing around here.
Oh my God. That's real?
Oh, a spider.
How broken the world had to be to create someone like you.
You'll see.
Oh, so he's the Joker?
You'll see. Coming soon.
I have to ask Adonis what he thinks.
Coming soon to an asshole near you. What's the deal with the Spider-Man Noir series? That's interesting. So what is Spider-Man Noir? That is a character? Who is that? Because that's obviously not
It's
Spider-Man.
just the fucking the Spider-Verse, the multiverse, one universe. That's who he is. He's
Oh, really?
That's all that is.
Oh, that's what
That's
is?
all that is. That's what I'm saying. It's
Oh.
people.
So there isn't even like, is there a comic that's Spider-Man Noir?
Yeah, he's got like I think he's
And
got
that-
2 miniseries.
And that comes off of the multiverse thing?
No, the 2 miniseries were first just as like a concept, but it's just you have to understand, like when you enter multiverse shit, it just becomes what if. Like some
Yeah.
multiverse stuff, it's not a what if in the sense that you can still track it and be like, no, it exists just in a different universe, but it's the same level of writing of like you can do whatever you want. You can introduce all these fucking cool whatever. Like you don't need to fucking there's no checks and balances to anything.
Shit doesn't need to
whatever.
line up.
You do whatever. So then when they did Spider-Verse, he was just one of them that's in it. So I'm sure he's maybe one of the popular characters from that. So they're like, oh, we'll just give him his own show now. Are you sure this is a real thing? That wasn't like Long Legs or something?
Says it's real. It's on IMDb.
Okay. I always just come back to the fact that there's a gazillion story. Like,
I mean, I hope that trailer was real. It wasn't some fucking...
well, just the fact that it was Nick Cage and there's a spider and he was just in a movie called Long Legs. I don't know.
2026. Sony Pictures announced Spider-Man Noir live-action series on Prime Video. Nick Cage will return as Peter Parker. A grown man.
Well, I mean, he ages.
Oh, I guess in like the... Is there a series where he's actually older? Does that happen? Like, does he get like 40 and he's still Spider-Man?
There's a... I don't think it's Ultimate Spider-Man. There is one... Oh... I can't think what it is. There is one Spider-Man story Adonis had me read that he does stay Spider-Man. They touch on it a couple times. I'm having trouble remembering exactly what the thing is.
They do touch on it. Boom! Thumbnail. 1,000 views. Go fuck your face. Go look in the fucking description. You queers.
Pussy.
No, keep going.
I don't know. I forget exactly how it went. But yes, in certain versions, obviously, like in the main universe, he's always kind of capped out as like a teenager to like mid-20s. When he started getting older, when would that have been? I guess late 80s, early 90s. He had a kid, but then...
Did the kid have powers?
Yeah.
Spider baby.
But...
That'd be scary.
Her name
Like
was Mayday.
The Exorcist, running up the walls.
Not Spider. No, that'd be Baby Spider, see?
That's a thing?
No, remember? Spider-Man, Man Spider.
Oh, man spider, baby spider.
Man Spider's when there's arms,
Oh,
like in Sunny.
that's interesting.
That's accurate when he says that.
I didn't know that.
See, the Spider-Verse I like is the one from the animated series where Madam Web is showing him all these different versions of Spider-Man, and
Great movie.
yeah, no one saw it, so they couldn't tell. Have you ever heard anyone say anything about it? This is the biggest Disney Marvel faggots haven't said anything about it. But at one point, his mutation, because technically it is a mutation, just not like an X gene, but
Does he sprout arms?
yeah,
That's cool.
and he gets under control and fixes it. But there's one version of things that he doesn't. So then that guy still exists. A spider head, 8 arms.
Does he have spider arms or are they human arms?
They start out as human arms, I believe, and then turn into
Wow.
Oh no, he's got the pincers when he gets full spider head. But
wow, he gets a head.
In the other version that he doesn't fix it and then he
becomes a spider. That's horrific.
I think it's a spider head, and then he's got the look up man spider. I don't know.
That's horrific. This?
Yeah.
That's him? That's the scariest goddamn thing I've ever seen. That's horrific.
Scroll down. Yeah. That's from the show. Fox Kids.
Yeah, you would think they would also, what they should do now is make the movies, whatever. Make whatever bullshit. We're almost done. Yeah. Whatever bullshit movies you want to make, go ahead and do it. They should make cartoons that look like this.
Bro.
That just follows.
They make that
They can animate everything.
What If cartoon that sucks.
Because it's
Such dick.
Because it doesn't even have to look good. It can look like this.
That looks tremendous.
And everybody would, well, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to look like polished and like a,
I don't know what you're talking about. That is...
no, but no, like the animated stuff they make where it's like,
What If looks like shit compared to that.
well, no. What I'm saying is like, you don't want smooth, you want it to look like this.
Like
you don't
a
want
cartoon.
Yeah, like an old car, almost like the covers of the comics.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Not like hyper real.
How the character looks. Yeah.
Yeah. Not like hyper realistic like animation.
Well, the What If is supposed to be like the movies.
What do you mean? Like the
It's What If of the MCU, not the comic
Yeah.
books or whatever.
But what I mean is like if you animate it like this and you're not putting like work into like high fucking like resolution like 3D textures and shit, like you can
This would take longer.
really?
They don't like having to. There's a huge thing going on right now with animators. Like they don't think that they have to pay them like good money.
Oh, I'm not saying hand draw at all. That would be cool.
That's what this is, though.
Yeah, that would be cool.
There's like a huge. That's why
that's not feasible
up, though.
That's not feasible. I feel
You're
like
Disney.
Yeah, you're Disney. Yeah, because I mean that is what you started with. But they should just be able to hand draw some shit, fill in the filler, and then crank these cartoons out that look good.
They absolutely should, but
Yeah.
they don't want to put the money into actually animation. So they do that fucking CGI. Or What If looks like it's all fucking AI.
But I feel like AI's come so far to where you can draw some images like this and like have the drawers draw the main parts and then just have AI fill in with that art style.
Oh, I'm sure that's a thing, but I'm saying like in anime right now, that's like there's like big arguments going on because people will just be like, yeah, like that we're having a delay because like Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball's the biggest
Yeah.
thing in the world, anime. Like maybe not always the most popular, like
Yeah.
but longevity, it's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The cartel activity stops when Dragon Ball releases new content.
Yeah.
Like it's globally crazy. Dragon Ball will fall behind because they just don't respect the fact that they have to like pay the end, and we'll get like shitty looking episodes. The top thing
Is shitty episodes?
you'll get shitty looking episodes.
Oh, so you'll get episodes that look different than last episodes?
because they like rush this one and put the people on the other one, and it's like, but you have the money.
So yeah, that's where
It's not like you're the new guy on the block and you got to cut corners here and there. Like you're the big guy. Disney's your thing is animation,
yeah.
and you're gonna give me What If where it's fucking like. Have you ever watched those?
No.
Dude, I don't even know how to describe. It looks like it looks such dog shit, and then all the what ifs are just like movie things where it's like, what if we moved this over by a foot, and then the chain of events would have been totally different. Yeah,
No, that's bad. Yeah, no, I don't like this at all.
yeah,
No, that's
that's
bad.
what I mean. This is like
No, that's not good.
That's what I mean by CG. I'm not saying they can't use AI to like.
No, they should merge the two now. That's not the art style anybody's looking for.
That's a video game cutscene from
Yeah.
20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, no, that's PS2 art. That's not what anybody wants. I think
Apparently not, because people suck it off.
that's crazy. No, this is the art.
That's
style.
what a cartoon looks like.
Because I don't know. You don't.
Dude.
I agree. You could throw a lot of money at it, but I think that's the issue is the money. You can't feasibly draw each frame anymore. I guess.
No, I'm not saying
But
that.
but you should.
But you have to have animators.
Have the animators draw the in between frames and then have AI fucking bring it together and go. It's a perfect like
You know
it's
what peak animation might be,
Hmm.
other than Dragon Ball
Old.
Z.
old like 1940s.
American animation's peak might be Young Justice Season 2, if you want to Google that. Young Justice Season 2 is so fucking crisp. It's everything I like about Justice League, but they streamline everyone to look normal and not have like the giant chests. Yeah, everyone just looks so fucking good.
Looks like Teen Titans, that type of art style.
It's close to that. It's like if you mix Teen Titans and Justice League, you'd get this.
I don't mind this.
Everything's so fucking clean.
I don't mind that. I like the other one better, but I don't mind this.
Which other one?
The
Spider-Man?
The old one, yeah.
Well, I was going to say this.
I like this.
That's
this,
like separate eras. I prefer that in general, but as far as like new stuff, what it would look like if they were to make it now.
Yeah, like this.
They could be making that what if shit and have it look
Yeah.
like Young Justice. That's newer.
Yeah. No, that's nice. And that's doable. You can crank these out, I feel like. And they should just fucking animate the whole Marvel series. Or probably, I think Marvel would be more fun. Maybe, I don't know. But
DC had the better animation studios for a long time. Now they're both pretty rough.
hour 20. That's that. All right. Anything else? Yeah. We'll see you fuckers next week.